putting an icon on your home screen, which means I can update my progressive web app just like that. I don't have to go through the Apple Store. I don't have to go through the Google Store. I don't have to go through them telling me that I've forgotten to write a bloody info.p list of a description of something, and then have to go through the whole bloody mess again. So, yeah, you can tell I'm a little bit bitter. But progressive web apps for me are the future, and hopefully they're getting more and more support, and they're getting access to more and more APIs. So hopefully we'll be able to write progressive web apps from now on for a ton of stuff. But web apps are really second-class citizens. How much time do I have? 17 minutes. 18 minutes. 18 minutes. Okay. I had a mild heart attack. I thought I said 8. I was like, there's no way I'm finishing this in 8 minutes. So web apps are second-class citizens on mobile. They don't have access to everything that we need from a soft phone. What do you expect from a soft phone? You expect contacts. I want to be able to look at my contacts. I want to be able to ring people from within the app. Prioritize push notifications. So this is something I will talk about. To be able to have an app get told about a call, you have to use push notifications, because native apps can't keep a WebSocket open for very long. You have to use push notifications to tell the phone that call is happening. So we do have access to push notifications in web, but they're not prioritized at all. And so if you're having a bad day, or Google's having a bad day, or Apple's having a bad day, then that push might not turn up for 40 seconds, at which point the other person on the call has already hung up. So you need those prioritized push notifications. We don't have access to CallKit, and we don't have access to connection service. CallKit is that amazing thing that just magically makes things work. Like when you answer a phone call on, like when it's hooked up to a car radio that does CallKit, like it allows you to answer it and like put it on hold and all of the magic. Connection service is the same, but for Android. CallKit is really nice to develop with. Connection service, not so much. Lets you access to Bluetooth headsets and be able to go, oh, I've got a Bluetooth headset, I'm going to route the audio to my Bluetooth headset. Again, on the web, we don't have access to that. You have to like go outside into your system UI and then change your audio output device. There's tons more. So that's why progressive web apps just don't work for soft phones. I'm just going to leave this here for a sec. It hurts me deeply inside every single time I have to build a native app. Really, really does. I really wish the web had progressed enough where I can just write web apps and I don't have to deal with native at all. And hopefully one day that might happen. There is a project within Google, within Google Chrome to make more of this native stuff easily accessible via progressive web apps. So hopefully that comes soon. So yeah, I think contacts is the first one on the list. So soon you should be able to access your native contacts through your web browser, which is cool. But until we get access to like CallKit, then yeah, that kind of won't ever happen. But yeah, I'm a realist, so web apps don't solve every problem. But web technology can. I mean, maybe I've been complaining too much about like native, but to me, web technology is absolutely fantastic. And more of us should be building stuff with web technologies just the once. Build once, deploy lots and lots of times across lots of different devices. It's like Sean was saying earlier with Pion. Different pronunciations all over the world. With Pion, with that project, you can write once with Go, and then you've got access to all of these different device types. We can do the same with web technology. So let's have a very, very quick demo, and then I want to really go into a bit more detail about the actual how it all works. So let me mirror my displays again so that you don't see my horrible desktop full of stuff. I had loads of like add mini stuff for ComCon up on my screen. I had to go through and like hide everything before. Anyway, so this is my phone. You can see here that like I've got a call history, and this history does live demo time. So you can see there Telviva Connect audio with 6048. And it happened twice, which is remarkably the same as what's on my screen. So this is an internal history, but because of CallKit, because of that lovely connection I've got, it pushes it out into native land. And I can press on it, and it will... Oh, is it not going to do it? It should. I've got everything dangerously set up. So that should have made a call for me, because the app gets told, native land wants you to make a call. So I don't know why that wasn't working. But yeah, I can call out. Let's not call out. Let's call. I've got Zoiper on my phone on my desk. You can see why everything is crazy, because I've actually got a soft phone and everything in all of here. Let's call so I am calling. So this is going out to the internet, and then I've got a push notification to tell me I've got a call, and then I instantiate all of my PushKit stuff, and I've got a call, and that's CallKit right there. So from within CallKit, I can mute that call, and I can send my DTMF that I love within WebRTC, and that's sending proper DTMF within WebRTC. None of this SIP info stuff. That's sending proper DTMF, and I can place that call on hold. Sorry, I've ended that call. But you get the idea. There's deep integration here, and it's all written. Well, no, it's not all written. All of my code is JavaScript, CSS, and essentially HTML. There's a ton of native code, and I'll tell you about that in a sec. If anyone wants to see a better demo, come see me afterwards when I'm not running around like a headless chicken, and I'll give you a proper demo. So what was that? That was a React Native app. That's the thing you saw on my screen. Dractio plus RTP engine. So Dractio is this amazing project where there's a Dractio server, and that's written in C. Yeah, Dave's nodding at me. C. That's written in C. I don't know C at all. I could not send in a pull request at all. So there's a Dractio server written in C, but Dractio server accepts connections from a Node process. What's Node? Node is JavaScript. That's the thing I love. So I then write a Dractio app that talks to Dractio server with RTP engine, and we do all of the SDP mangling and everything, and instantly we've got this back-to-back user agent. So I get to write all of my nice business logic in JavaScript. It's amazing. And then I just send that audio, that RTP stream, over to Asterisk or FreeSwitch or whatever. I don't care. As long as it can accept RTP in the right formats, it all just magically works mostly. There's a bit of magic there as well. You have to like register off to the other end so that it knows where to call, but you get the idea. So Dractio plus RTP engine equals a back-to-back user agent, and there's extra glue there, but that's the very crux of it. There's a WebSocket in between Dractio and that React Native app, but we're also using FCM, and we're also using APN to send push notifications, prioritize push notifications out to the phone. And that is really the crux of it. I mean, it sounds really, really simple, doesn't it? But it's not. You get into an awful lot of edge case scenarios. So what makes a good soft phone? Can React Native do all of that? Well, I didn't really tell you what made a good soft phone, did I? No. Let's go back. So what makes a good soft phone? Something that doesn't eat your battery, i.e. doesn't have a long-lived WebSocket connection on Android, because you can do it on Android in a background worker. You can't do it on Apple. And so if you're writing once and then deploying many times, you can't take advantage of that easy way out on Android. So you have to use FCM for everything on Android too. So good battery life. I don't want to have bad battery life just by having a soft phone. I also don't want to have to rely on having an amazing Wi-Fi connection. That doesn't happen all the time. I also want to be able to go answer a phone call while I'm in the office, go out of a door, lose my Wi-Fi, and still have that call. That's magical. So that's really, really important too. Good UI? Yeah, I mean, most soft phones don't look very good, do they? So anything would be better than... No, Zoiper's pretty good. I do like Zoiper. Free is all right. There's other ones. Limphone? No, Limphone's pretty bad. Limphone is pretty... No? Am I the only one there? No? Okay, fine. Anyway, so there's loads of things that we really crave from a good soft phone. Can React Native do all of that? Absolutely. I would swear here, but no. Yes. Yes, it can. Really, really can. And I don't write any native code. I just write web tech. That's pretty amazing. So yeah, what tools am I using to do all of this? So like I said earlier, NPM. Using modules that are published to NPM. Those modules could be published anywhere. But these are the key things. React Native WebRTC. So React Native WebRTC used to be under one person, and then Jitsi went and built a load of stuff on top of React Native WebRTC and contributed a lot. And then basically everyone agreed that it should live within its own organization on GitHub. So now it's not under the control of one person, it's under an organization. And Jitsi contribute code. There are other members like me who also contribute, whether or not that's in pull requests or whether or not that's just answering issues or whatever. So there's React Native WebRTC, and that is the most vital part of this whole project. There's React Native CallKit. There used to be a project called React Native CallKit, which only did CallKit. And then the Wazo team went and made React Native CallKit because the other one had not died, but it wasn't very responsive. So they made CallKit that included CallKit and connection service. And then, so this used to live under Wazo's GitHub organization. And then there were discussions had, and everyone decided, oh, it would be better to have this live under React Native WebRTC. So that, again, one organization isn't in complete and utter control of it. So that's amazing. So there's React Native WebRTC / React Native CallKit. You'll see there that I've put Sangoma React Native CallKit. There's a developer at Sangoma called Kyle Kurtz, and I've been working with him for the past couple of months on a fork that they've done that will be contributed back, but it has a ton of changes in it to enable better support within connection service for handling multiple calls, putting logos in the right place, etc., etc., etc. So that's really, really cool. So hopefully soon that's in a good enough position to be merged back, because it sucks that it's separate and everyone can't use it. But basically, it had a load of features that I wanted, and I was talking to Kyle anyway, and he was like, "Oh, you could kind of like try it out for me and see what what logic we've put in that's very Sangoma-like. So I used it, and immediately I sent him a ton of bug reports going, no, this doesn't work, no. So hopefully now it's in a really good position, so hopefully we'll see that being merged back soon. There's React Native In-Call Manager. It basically handles a ton of the standard stuff we expect from a soft phone. Like when you're on a call and you put your phone up to your head, you don't expect the phone screen to stay on. The phone screen should die, and then all the proximity sensors should go, oh, I've taken it away, I'm going to make the screen light back up. So it takes care of all of that for me. React Native notifications. Oh, I should have taken out that React Native Firebase. So a couple of months ago, you would have needed both of these. Modules, one for APN and one for FCM, because React Native notifications hadn't been updated. Basically React Native notifications used to work with GCM. GCM is now dead, and FCM is the thing that has replaced it. But React Native notifications hadn't been updated. So you needed to bring in both of those projects to be able to do both. Now, React Native notifications handles APN and FCM. So you only need React Native notifications. I will remove that line before I put these slides up online. JSIP. To me, JSIP is the best JavaScript SIP library there is, full stop. And then I've got a fork of it where I put in a load of stuff to make it work with React Native. Hopefully at some point soon we'll work out how to get all of that merged back in so that I don't end up having to keep a fork and they'll keep advancing. And so but the trouble is there's a ton of native logic in there. How do you not put that into the web version and bloat that but keep it all in the same code base? It's difficult. So hopefully soon we'll figure that out. So yeah, go and build a soft phone with web technology and WebRTC. React Native development is quicker than native app development. I firmly believe this. And that is a Dan Jenkins fact. In all the time I've been building React Native apps, I've probably touched around 20 lines of Objective-C and Java. It's probably 40 lines, because I've probably done 20 lines in Objective-C and 20 lines in Java. But you get my point. I've written very little, and that's just because I don't like writing that code. And I'm not that good at it. Like, I can take code that already exists and then go add some extra features, but I can't write something from scratch. And I really admire the Wazo team to have taken that on for connection service in CallKit. It's a big task. So it's 100%. It's 100% possible to build your app using React Native and have a truly platform-specific native user experience. You can make the same app look very different, but the same underlying tech. So yeah, go use the ecosystem, build with the web, build fast, deploy quickly, all of that web lingo. Something that was really cool a couple of months ago, Windows released React Native Windows. So Microsoft released React Native Windows. So soon, once everyone's re-architected a load of stuff, you'll be able to write a soft phone and it work on Windows too. That's pretty cool. If you're not convinced by me standing up here, going over time, then all of these other companies are using React Native today. Facebook, Tesla, Uber, Skype, Instagram. Well, I can't really say Facebook and Instagram twice, can I? They're really the same thing. But there's huge companies throughout the world using React Native, and it's a brilliant tool. Other soft phones built using React Native include Zulu, which is Sangoma's stuff, as well as Wazo's stuff. That's me, NimbleApe, your friendly RTC consultants. We try and help everyone as though they are the most important client in the world with the most amount of money, because we love all of you. I really don't have any time for questions at all. But it's my conference, so I can take one. Has anyone got any questions?
Hey Dan, thank you for the talk. I'm also a web guy, I also love JavaScript, but I'm wondering what's your thoughts on Flutter, Google Flutter.
That's a really good question. So if you come to JanusCon in September, I will be talking about React Native versus Flutter versus Vue, or a kind of comparison against all of them. Short answer, the idea of Flutter is amazing. I really, really like the idea. But, big but here, I'm not a big native guy. Have I told you? There are no libraries already out there for CallKit. There are no libraries already out there for connection service. So I would write something using Flutter, and then I'd get stuck at the first hurdle. So the concept is really, really good. And when they first announced it, it was over a year ago, I was a bit, And then they announced a load of stuff at Google I/O, which made me really happy. But someone else still hasn't gone and written all of that native code. So that's a blocker for me. Whether or not I should go pay someone to go make said libraries. To be perfectly honest, I've never actually written anything proper with Flutter. And that's why I've put my talk into JanusCon, because it's going to force me to go and write something proper with Flutter. Is that a good answer? Yeah? Okay. Well, if you've got any other questions, come and grab me. I will be outside. Thank you very much.